Vi står her foran Aalborg Universitet, altså den afdeling, som så hedder Institut for Medicin og Sundhedsteknologi. Og det vi skal ind og snakke med Vladimir Sakar.
Var det ikke Putin?
Nej, Vladimir Sakar, han er forsker i stamceller, så vi skal ind og snakke med ham, om han ikke kan gøre os lidt klogere på noget med vores cellemigration og differentiering.
Well, Aalborg University, guys.
Yeah, thanks. Well, our first question is, what is your profession?
My profession is I'm a professor at Aalborg University, and I am part of the medical faculty. And my specialization is regenerative medicine and stem cells.
Okay. And what is it you have researched in your time here?
The research is, that's what I said. My research is stem cells and regenerative medicine. And my profession, by education, I'm a medical doctor, and then I specialized in biology of the cell. So here we are, having a little research niche at the Aalborg University, which is part of a medical education, and it's called medicine with industrial specialization.
Okay, so we've read a bit about stem cells, and we've also read that you are, in theory, capable of regenerating organic tissues with the help of stem cells. Are we technically advanced that much yet?
Yeah. That's it depends on medical application, and this is very broad area. It depends what you want to do. The most of these things, what you read in a newspaper about building the tissues, is still not around the corner. So it's a thing of the future, but I would say more distant than the near future. But we can regenerate. So in a way, a regeneration that means not replacement. We are using the powers of the resident cells of the organism to restore its original capacity. It was damaged. So. For example, you can picture. Well, it depends on your organ system. You can be quite successful with degeneration of, for example, joints, where you use these mesenchymal, so-called mesenchymal stem cells, which you get, as you said, from his cord, umbilical cord, or bone marrow, or fat tissue, and you just inject them in the joints, for example. Or if you have autoimmune diseases where the own immune system is attacking you, you can use these cells and they normalize inflammations.
Okay, and can you, how do you, after differentiation, re-differentiate the cell?
There's not. It's done biochemically. So we know the molecular pathways which control this differentiation process, right? It's one signal molecule triggers another process in the cell, another is like a cascade. So if you know which one you should get started with, and you can influence that, you can do the whole process. So you can make practically anything. It depends on the source. If you're pluripotent or unipotent or multipotent stem cell. Okay. If you're following me.
Yeah. Well, the next.
You're listening very carefully.
Yeah. Well, the next question is actually how do you what can you regenerate with the stem cells?
Well, you can regenerate. So when we go by system, so you can regenerate. We can regenerate certain aspects of the neural system. When you have, for example, injury in a spinal cord, these cells modulate this healing process that of course it's very difficult to regain the original capacity or functionality, but these stem cells can modify the process in a way that these harmful aspects of this healing are not happening, so a better chance to regenerate. Then if you heard about Parkinson's disease, right, the stem cells can be used for treating the Parkinson's. They are very good there. It really works.
Okay.
Blindness, if you have this corneal defect of stem cells, you can replace this stem cells, so you regain vision. From blindness you go to vision. So this is major progress. You can treat these arthritis diseases with stem cells. You can use some muscular issues, incontinence and stuff like that. So there are plenty of clinical trials going on testing all these areas.
Yeah, well, you've kind of answered the next couple of questions with which kind of diseases you can cure with it, and
yeah, it goes hand in hand. It's well, yeah, that was a question which is quite broad. So
yeah.
They are trying stem cells for Alzheimer's, and like the most prevalent and socially most significant diseases, of course, and heart is not to be forgotten. You can use after heart infarction, and it's a part of the heart dies, so these cells can help to regain the functionality of the tissue around these heart scars. So the heart works much better. The stem cells are used.
Yes, and well, I would guess that it would make your lifespan longer if we are capable of.
That's another story. I don't know. It heals the diseases. Yeah, of course it increases the average lifespan if the people are not dying,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But it doesn't increase longevity like a natural duration of the life. And that there are some guys who are playing with this hypothesis that stem cells can, if you rejuvenate yourself, if you supply yourself with the source of the young stem cells when you are old, that you can live longer. I don't know. They are doing these things with mice, but I think for longevity, best is starving. If you keep hungry yourself, you will live longer. So there you go.
Okay. Well, how does the stem cell tell it's going to be well, for example, a skin cell or a part of the heart when it's differentiating? How does it tell it's going to be what it's?
Yeah, that's a good question. The ultimate star. It was like, what is the beginning? What was before beginning of the universe? My God, there was a Big Bang. What was before Big Bang? Right? No. So we know it. It's a cascade of events and groups of genes which are activated in the cells, depending what lineage it should go. How the cell knows what to trigger on. We don't know what is the central regulator. It must be some contextual regulation, in the cell. As soon as cell becomes group of the other cell, it's just stochastic processing which regulate itself, and then it becomes entity, like it knows all this group goes to skin, and all this group goes to internal organ, and the other goes to bones and muscle. So we know what happens. We know exactly what happens at what stage, but how it's controlled, it's not very well known.
Okay, well, we've read some of it could be controlled with either electric or chemical. Is that true?
Yeah, but of course it's all what it is, right? The cells talk to each other, right? And they have membranes, and the membranes have potential. And membranes secrete the cells, and membranes have these receptors and ligands on its surface. So they influence each other. That's how they know where they are, and that's how they know what is the environment, and that's how they respond in the appropriate way. They're triggering the appropriate set of genes. That's all part of life, electricity and chemistry, right? This is the essence of the whole thing.
But can it be manipulated?
Yeah. But That's what you do in a test tube. This differentiation process is what we learned from nature. So understanding how these processes go during development, it helps you then create things, without the help of nature. So actually, you can do the things with the cell the nature never did before. Do something completely different. That's of course possible, and then the cells are startled, but they may respond in a desirable way, the way you want them to do. All right. So you're lucky. You see the cells are drawn in a place like this. Cutter. So we don't have to draw cells. You see, this is dendritic cells. You know what is dendritic cells?
Yeah.
So yeah, this is from some skin subtype of the cell. So you see, they can have different morphology. This is a little cell, which is I don't know. This is the
How to tie a tie level 1, 2, 3.